Now, a lot of people ask me about how long they can leave their water for once they mix it up. And there isn't a direct answer for that question, because technically you should be able to leave it for as short or as long as you want once it's pre-mixed. If you use RO water that's completely uncontaminated, then if you use your water after you've mixed up your salt, after a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 10 weeks or 20 weeks or whatever, it should make absolutely no difference. But the reality is most water is contaminated, because even if you test the water with your hydrometer and there's any sort of nitrogen-based contamination on the hydrometer, which is expectable, then that can cause ammonia and nitrite. If you use tap water, and you can get nitrogen through the tap water, that can create ammonia and nitrite. If your RO membrane needs replacing, if there's any contaminated water in the bottom of the drum, if you put your hands into the water, that can contaminate the water. And so therefore, the easiest answer is to test it. Because if you make up some high quality salt mix, such as this Ultimate Aquacare salt mix, and you use it in an hour, 2 hours, or the next day, then you'll be absolutely fine. That will be the highest quality water you can use, assuming you're making it up with RO water. If you are leaving the water to sit, and the water has been contaminated in any way, shape or form, there is a possibility of ammonia or nitrite creeping into your water. So the easiest way to protect yourself against that issue is just to test it. So if you test your water, ammonia, nitrite, definitely test pH and KH, definitely check salt level, and it proves that your water is ready to go, then absolutely use it. If the water is not okay, then you could consider just dropping an aerator in it. And if you drop an aerator in it, then that will put oxygen in the water, and you could even chuck a little bit of filter material in it, because you need a surface area for bacteria to actually grow to break the ammonia and nitrite down, and then after a week or 2 weeks that water will then once again be okay to use. So you definitely can leave salt water, you definitely can use it later, but my recommendation is to try not to contaminate it, try not to put your hands in it, try not to use a already wet hydrometer or refractometer, or you're not dipping that in there. If you dip that in there, I guess even. But so if you try not to contaminate the RO water that you mix up the salt with, technically you can use it any time you want, but if in doubt, test it. So put a comment down the bottom and tell me your experience with mixing up salt and periods of time that you've left it, and successes and failures that you've had.